Yetta, our family is huge.
Well, it definitely is. It's got thousands of people in it.
Boy, we are populative people.
Moving forward with the Dekker Team. Moving forward together with the Dekker Team.
So we are honored that for over 30 years, we've been able to come alongside you, not only selling, buying, and investing in real estate, but really coming alongside you to have some fun, to build your faith, build your finances, and even strengthen, heal, and flourish inside relationships. So 30 years of building our life, our families, our home, and our money. And so what we're going to discover in this segment is our family. Like, how could it have thousands in it if it wasn't more than blood?
Yes.
And so we're going to unpack that for you, with you, because I suspect your family is also greater and bigger than those that are blood related to you. Although we got lots of those too, it pales in comparison to those that we would call part of the Dekker Team family.
Right. And so if you're a client, you're what?
A family member.
You're part of the family. Whether you like it or not, we've adopted you into our family.
Right. Unless you tell us, get lost, I want to be estranged from that part of my family. That could happen, and it has happened a few times. And yet, for the most part, one of the things that we've heard so often from our clients that are part of the Dekker Team family is that they thought after a few years, they thought that after a period of time, even though they were still working with us when the opportunity arose, even though they were still introducing us to other clients, even though they were still connecting with us, that they were no longer part of the family and therefore no longer invited to family gatherings.
Yeah, and we haven't talked about family
gatherings?
Yeah, that
and
word.
Yet we're about to.
We're about to talk about family gatherings.
Yeah.
And family gatherings are our way of connecting with you, our client, who is now a family member, and we want to get together, people get together at Christmas or Easter or Thanksgiving, and they love that time when they come and they eat together, they have an experience together, they have fun. They build their relationship.
And they create memories. Right.
So we thought, how do we do that with our extended family, our big family? And we do that through family gatherings 4 times a year.
Yeah. And in COVID, unfortunately, we had to pause, which was actually one of the...
Because the government mandated that your family wasn't allowed to be 2,000 people.
Right. Well, we weren't even allowed to hang out with our immediate family.
That's true.
Never mind.
That bubble would have been way too big.
Yeah. So the reason we started it was near the beginning of my career, I would go visit people at their houses on a consistent basis. That's how I had some of my car accidents, pushing myself as my family grew. I still kept doing it, and it was exhausting. Right? Because I stopped having the capacity from a time perspective to invest one-on-one going from house to house to house.
To stay connected, because that's what was your desire, right?
From the beginning.
It wasn't a one-and-done transaction. You wanted to stay connected to people.
Yeah, because chances are, if we enjoyed the experience with each other, it was almost like if I never saw you again and you never saw us again, it was a little bit like a breakup. Even though there was no big catastrophic event that created the breakup, it felt like a breakup. Right? Because most of the people, very very on in our career, I realized that we weren't meant to work with everybody. And not everybody was meant to work with us. And yet those that were, and that we would enjoy them and they would enjoy us. If we didn't enjoy each other, the day that life is too short. It would be better to say no thank you. Either you say no thank you or we say no thank you. And yet if we enjoyed each other, it was how do we stay connected?
And we knew we were connected with people when, they invited us for dinner, they invited us to their house, or they invited us to their wedding or their birthday or baptisms of the kids. Then we were part of the family, the family's realtor, but part of the family. And so we decided we'd have 4 events ourselves that we could invite our extended family, the Dekker family, to these events. And so in the spring, we generally do.
We have tried so
get
many different
together.
things. The spring has been the hardest one to find something that had a flow. We tried originally, because this has been going on now. First, it was an annual thing, and then it was 2, and then it was 3, and then it became 4, because it took time to build the confidence. If you didn't listen to a show on confidence, you'll see that there's a cycle here, right? We were committed, but we didn't have the confidence as to know how to do it.
Right.
And so eventually, through practice, through the courage to just step out and do it, we've had some busts. We've had some horrible gatherings where we spent.
Well, they weren't horrible gatherings. The problem was we budgeted and spent money for a certain number, and then we had a much smaller group come out. And so it was like, ooh, that didn't work out
Hundreds
so well.
of dollars per person. I can remember the one that I laid under the table and cried. I think I stayed there for days, but clearly they kicked me out of the event hall before that. So we've had some terrible experiences, and yet we have found 4 things that we think works. And we're still playing around with the first one, right? The one in the spring, which is usually March. We did try doing them connected to a specific event, like tying it into Valentine's or tying it into something that existed already. And we've decided those aren't for us. Those put pressure on you. Those put pressure on the people that were coming, because they now were at a crossroads as to what do we do? Do we go hang out with our blood family and the friends that we know over here, or do we hang out with our Dekker Team family?
Yeah.
Right? And so we've realized that for us, we do them hopefully not connected to any other thing except for getting together to have fun, to create memories, and to build relationship.
Right. So our next one in March is Photo Day.
Yeah, we're going to do Family Photo Day, which we haven't done before specifically. We have done photos at the events or at the gatherings, but not where the purpose of the event is to get your family photo.
Yeah.
Right? And then the next one we do is, they're all experiences. You're going to catch something here. The second one is we go to the strawberry patch and we get to pick strawberries together, and we send you home with a free gift of a couple of baskets of strawberries that you get to pick.
Yeah.
And when it's really hard, we send one of our grandkids or one of the team members out, the Dekker Team, immediate team members to pick for you. But that's not the plan.
What's so neat is many people come and they go, you know what? We've never done strawberry picking together, and now we have a new family memory, and we'll probably do other ones this year other than the one that you've put on. Yeah. But you've created for us a family memory. So that's part of the get together, right?
And then apples.
Yeah, apples
hanging
in
out
September.
at the apple orchard. And the other piece that I love is people come to hang out with other people in their community, because we've been introduced by one to the other, to the other, to the other, whether it's generational within a family or whether it's within a community that they're part of.
Right. And then the last one is Christmas trees. Christmas trees in December. Come and cut down a Christmas tree. We buy you the tree. And it's our way. Or a wreath, if you prefer, Or just come and have hot chocolate and cookies with us. You don't even have to have one. Just come and spend the time. So, some realtors say goodbye with a closing gift. We say welcome to the family with our 4 family gathering events every year. So we're honored to be your advocates in building wealth through real estate and having a life exponential.
Moving forward with the